Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of Ghosts of the Lost, The Lonely Road We Must Walk. This is a Monster of the Week actual play. And you'll notice that we are missing a couple people right now. Ark had something that they had to deal with today, so they will not be joining us. And Jean is on their way. And ads just kicked in, so
Now we gotta wait for that.
yeah.
Ad hell, Joe.
Welcome to the ad
Yeah.
zone. If you're still here, can you pay for no Twitch ads?
Yeah, if they subscribe, they get no ads.
Oh, that's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use Twitch.
So we've got a few more moments of ads, I think. Like a minute.
Let's see.
Your vocal stim came up in the captions. So it just says "papa, papa."
they're oh wow, they really did. They're coming out. I didn't even know that I had those. But okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I in the transcription actually? There we go.
You are not. I do not see you talking. Oh, I do see you there. Never mind. I see you there. My bad.
Yeah,
we
it
have
froze on
10
my screen,
seconds. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boo!
Sorry about that, everyone. The ads kicked in just as we were starting up. As I was saying, Ark is out today dealing with some things. Jean is on their way. So they will join us as soon as they are able to. So we're going to start out with Lancer and Aaron. As we left the rest of the group, you all were trying to do some investigating in the library managed by Lancer's organization, Fortress.
I believe, yes, we have just been revealed a secret door of such to investigate into.
Yep. And you were able to get some guidance in the way of potentially a lead on what or who is at least causing the biggest disturbance, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an entity known as the King in Yellow. And as you all are about to enter into the back room, two individuals dressed in black with white shirt, very reminiscent of what Vincent wears, come in and whisper something into his ear. He initially attempts to pull away, but they are very clear that you need to go with us now. And he kind of resigns himself to that. And he tells you that he'll be back as soon as he can. That his bosses need to talk to him. And he's more or less willingly walking out. But both of the individuals have each of his arms. So he is being directed out.
Someone's in trouble.
Lancer,
What?
this is not the time.
Uh,
Okay.
with that, also, Sharon gets a phone call. Or a page on her pager, excuse me. And she asks to use the phone from one of the people managing the library. And she goes to take a call. So that leaves Lancer and Aaron. What do the two of you do?
Seeing that people are predisposed is not surprising to Lancer, and just turns to her and goes, "Yeah, I suppose we can get started. I'm sure we have a long day of reading to get ahead of ourselves, and especially if we want to get any good hints."
Okay, well, while Sharon is out, we should head into that magical wall door. I don't
It's
know.
just a normal secret door, not
Yeah.
necessarily magical.
It looked pretty magical.
It's magical in the sense that someone made it, and that's cool.
I guess. But I will let you lead the way since this is your turf.
Yeah, I'll lead the way down into the secret room.
Okay. So
I'm imagining a spiral staircase. I don't know if that's true.
Me too. What?
you push open the door uh, to allow it to slide open. And when you first walk in, it's racks of books on shelves. Very dusty shelves. About the end of the hall, there is a spiral staircase that goes down. And
What do you? Oh, go ahead.
and one of the fortress agents says, "What you're looking for will probably be in the sub basement level."
Sounds good. Thanks for the tip. All right, the sub basement. The sub basement's always fun. All right, let's go.
I've never. Yeah.
Never
Basement,
been in a sub
I'm a
basement.
little bit suspicious, but I trust.
I mean, you shouldn't trust the sub basement. You don't need a second basement.
I trust your big spear. Let's head
Thanks.
inside.
Don't read any books that start talking to you. That's the big tip.
Got it. Okay.
Because if they're down there, they're usually not the nicest of books. Not like the ones that eat you, like the one we just dealt with, like a different kind.
The ones that just mess with you
Yeah,
in
exactly.
your brain. Got it.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, and we'll head into the sub basement.
Okay. So as you walk into this room, you'll notice that nobody's been back here in a very long time. You're leaving footprints in the dust.
Wow.
And as you're stepping through, you see that there is light coming in through windows, but it's been filtered pretty heavily. There are no artificial lights on this floor at all.
No candles?
No candles. Nobody's been back here in quite some time.
Wow. Okay.
And you make your way to the spiral staircase. That staircase is made out of steel, and you step on it and it creaks. What do you proceed to do?
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. Let's go.
I agree.
Yeah, I just head forward.
Okay. As you start going down the stairs, you start to hear the familiar buzz of electric lights starting to click on. The iridescent, not iridescent. The tube lights,
Fluorescent.
fluorescent. Thank you. Fluorescent lights start kicking on. I was like, it's not iridescent. It's not candescent. Fluorescent lights. Yeah. So the fluorescent lights kick on, and you have now reached what would be the basement level. And this looks much more militarized as far as the spacing and layout of these records. And at the beginning of each aisle, you see documents and notations about what's inside each of the aisleways. And as Fortress is a organization focused on protecting the world from people getting their hands on powerful and cursed weapons, you see some familiar names and concepts that are running across. Like you see something about the Spirit of Destiny. You see something about Mjolnir. But nothing about any deities or entities on this floor.
So it's all paraphernalia, like objects, kind of.
In this area, yes, it is all weapons specifically.
Mhm.
And you once again see that this floor has not been walked on in quite some time. The dust on the floor is so thick that you can't see where anybody else has been here in years. At the end of the hall, you see two double doors. Do you proceed to those doors?
Yeah.
Okay. And you go through, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. You open the doors and yet another spiral staircase. The lights in this part are much dimmer. And you can tell that the stairs here were made out of not metal, but actually wood. And upon stepping on them, you hear creaking as if the wood is starting to fatigue.
I think Lancer sort of is now like slowed their step and is now focused on like making sure that each rung of the stairs are not going to fall out from under them.
Okay. So you carefully walk down these stairs. And you do hear a few creaks, but none of them fall out from underneath you. You make it down to the sub-basement level, and you're met with a set of doors. But these are not like the steel doors you walk through on the basement level. These doors have runes of protection cast on them on the outside. And a warning written in a language that you would understand, Lancer, warning you to be careful about what's beyond these doors and to not let them out. No books, no items, nothing is to leave this room.
All right, Aaron, here's the rundown. Don't take anything out with you. Don't listen to anything that anything tries to tell you. Don't read a book for too long unless you know what you're doing. And try not to mess with any of the protective runes that we have in various locations. If it looks like someone died nearby it, just don't go near it.
How dangerous can books be? I mean, they're just paper and can't hurt you, can they?
Don't you kill? Don't you like send your hair to attack people?
Oh, okay. You know, fair enough. Let's just go in. Don't read books too much, for too long. Don't listen to them. Don't go anywhere where it looks like there has been somebody that's been killed. Got it.
Easy peasy. Is there anything I need to do to enter, or is it the magical rune? Like the doors will open, or is there anything I need to do for that?
You know that you need to put your hand on the door to open it.
I will do so. I mean, that's how most doors work. But
Yeah. Well, as you put your hand on the door, and it's your dominant hand, so whichever hand that is, you put your hand on there, and you feel a warming sensation on your hand to the point where it almost gets too hot to touch. But you push through the pain and push the door open. The door opens, and now you have magical torches that have started to light around the room instead of the electric lights.
Oh, they spawn for the good stuff. Normally the sub basements they have some weird. You can sometimes get the magical torches, sometimes you get the magical candles, and you just get no light from magical candles. It's cheaper though.
I mean, I like this a lot more than those ugly doctor lights.
That's true.
Hospital.
Okay.
That's for sure.
So you have decent light in this room. Because of the magical seal, there is not a lot of evidence of dust or anything else in here. The magical seal has kept all that out. So this is actually the cleanest portion of the library that you've seen yet.
Yeah, Lancer goes, all right, duty decimal system, don't fail me now. And I will search for the K.
You'll search for what?
Probably, okay. We're here to look into the King in Yellow, demonic entities, and then I also want to look into demon deals at some point, but I don't think we need to be in the sub basement for that.
Okay.
And then people being erased from history.
Okay.
I mean, we could split those up. I could look at deities. You could look at King in Yellow. That could be synonymous. We don't even know.
That's true.
Okay. So you guys are going to split up?
Yeah.
How are you guys going to start investigating?
Hopefully there's like signs, alphabetical order. I'll look for K. No, I won't look for K. I'll look for D.
Okay. Lancer, you mentioned Dewey Decimal System. You notice that there's a card catalog.
Yeah, I'll go to that.
Okay. And Jared, while you're looking for the signs that
This is
tell
D.
you D, you realize that's going based on author last name.
Mm. Can I use some magic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Should I roll first?
Yes, please. Tell me what you
Okay.
want to do and then roll, please.
Okay. I want to use some magic to speed up the process and just kind of look how do I explain that? Sharon has taught me a spell
Okay.
to find lost things.
Okay.
And
Lost
I
things are
would like,
things that you're looking for.
yes,
Okay.
things that I'm looking for.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let me.
Go ahead and roll that for me.
Oh. Oh. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Awesome. So tell me what you're looking for specifically.
I am looking for deity worship that has anything to do with memory loss. I think
Okay.
like deity worship that there has been records that their followers have experienced some sort of memory loss or just mental distortion.
Okay. As you cast this spell, a strand of your hair starts to reach out and grow along the floor and leads you down one of the book aisles, yeah, to a book sitting up on the third shelf. And it kind of highlights in a blue light.
Interesting. I will.
And while you're doing that, we're going to jump over to Lancer. And Lancer, what do you do when you go over to the Rolodex or the index?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how this works. I guarantee you, Lancer knows how to find this spell out.
Okay. But you go to pull one of the
card.
Oh, okay. As you go to pull open one of the drawers where the cards are at, you actually hear a magical voice. And it sounds like a wizened old man. And what brings you into the library today?
Do I know what this is? Do I have any knowledge of this?
You have not had any active connection to this part of the library before for Fortress, so you would not necessarily know. This would be a new experience for you.
Hello. Hi, I'm Lancer. Do you happen to be a book?
Oh, no. I'm here to help members of Fortress find books. I was the librarian at one point. And then at some point, my body deteriorated and I was left here without my body.
Why are you locked in here? Behind the magical seal. Then we put the really scary things.
Because I can't leave.
So you died in here?
Yes.
Gotcha. So this is less of a I'm here to help people of my own volition and more like I need someone to talk to because I've been down here for.
What year is it?
Yeah, what time? When did you die?
Um, I think there was still slavery going on while I was actively down here. I don't quite remember exactly when I died.
I hate to say, that doesn't narrow it down.
It was 18 something or other.
Well, it's been over 100-some years.
Excellent. Well, how may I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for a particular entity and information about them, and possibly any pseudonyms that we got rolling around. Particularly, the only thing that we really have to go off of is the King in Yellow and like yellow raincoats. People disappearing.
The King in Yellow.
I took the King in Yellow. That's my thing to investigate.
I see. Well, with the King in Yellow, I do know that we have. And he starts stroking this beard that he has, but because he's a ghost, his hand essentially just goes right through it. He still hasn't figured out that piece of it. There's some chthonic elements I think I remember reading about. And he just kind of is muttering to himself as he starts walking through some of the aisles.
How high are the like bookshelves?
They're about 10 feet. So like he walks through and you can't see him anymore.
But like, is there room at top? Like, could I hop up and like hop on the top of the bookshelves to like keep track with him?
You could do that, or you could run alongside. If you run along the top, you're probably gonna have to hunch over because Lancer's a tall lady.
Oh right. All right, we'll run along the side.
Okay, so he's continuing to talk to you as if you're walking alongside of him through these bookshelves. And he comes up on essentially another vault. And you know,
Safe.
it's kind of like a safe, yes, but it's a big safe. This would be like a bank vault, and he walks right through the door, and then he sticks his head back out and he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. You corporeal beings are unable to just walk through." Just a moment, and he goes back through, and you start to hear the doors unlock on the inside.
Okay.
And the door opens slowly. And inside this vault, there is a purple light surrounding different artifacts. Inside there, different books. You have books, you have paintings, you have weapons, but this purple light surrounds them where they're at.
Lancer walks in, and then I think it's pretty intuitive. The purple light is like what's holding them here. Like it is a finding.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Lancer sees some of the magical weapons and just goes, "No, focus."
Okay.
And will continue following the person whose name I don't know if he said it, but
He didn't say it. Yeah, he did not say it. But he walks over to you or walks over to a book, he is very careful not to step into the light.
The purple light.
The purple light specifically, yes.
How do you? Okay. Oh, got you. So they're like almost like spotlights.
Yeah, there's spotlights over each item.
Yeah, I thought they were glowing, and I was like, how do you dodge that?
No, they're like spotlights over each item.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll follow suit and will not touch anything unless prompted.
Okay. Yeah, he points to this book and he says, "This probably will give you the most insight as to what you're looking for. But I warn you, it is a powerful entity unto itself."
Fun. Okay. And it's like a tome.
Yep, it's a big tome book, and the librarian motions to his right, and you actually see a table that's covered in the same purple light. He's like, "You may take the tome over to the table and read it if you'd like, but I don't recommend spending much time with it."
Okay. Let's do this. I sort of like hop in place, shake it off. I have a -1 to weird. I can't do magic. I feel like. Is there anything like rich, like things that I could do to like steal my mind for this moment?
I'll say that you could use your tough to like mentally give yourself some fortitude.
Yeah, I think I'm just, I'm like cycling. I'm like ready. This isn't something that's just happening to me. I'm like preparing for it.
Okay.
Not great. That's a 7.
Okay. You're nervous, especially since it's the first time that you've been in what you know to be the Black Archive.
Ooh, fun.
But you've steadied yourself as much as you can. And you go ahead and take that book over to the table. And while you do that, Aaron, I noticed you had your finger up. No?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it was just Lancer was talking about how they can't do magic.
Okay.
You could call your just kidding.
Yeah. So you found a book, Aaron, about different deities worshipped over the ages. Do you read that book while you're standing at the bookshelf, or do you try to find a table that you can set up at?
I try to find a table. I think
Okay.
I will try something out that would need a table.
Okay. Sounds good. We are going to have an ad break start here in just a few moments. But before that happens, Lancer, you make your way over to the table and you open the book. And you start to hear a voice, first quietly at the back of your head. You can't quite make out what it says. But as you continue to try and read the book, the ads start playing.
That is wow. That's evil. That's evil.
Do you have them on specific times now before?
I just get an alert before it happens. I bypassed one of them already, and yeah, the ads kicked in.
Because they had them pretty. It's like every 10 minutes.
Something like that. Part of it is because Twitch has a requirement, and so they just kick in. I can bypass them so many times before they kick off.
Yeah, gotta save those bypasses.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting tortured by ads.
Yeah, we got a minute and a half left.
Wow, this feels like
Yeah, you can hear this.
like the
Congratulations.
If you can hear this, this is the secret section, okay?
Yeah.
So Sarah said that Amy had a really terrible outfit, and then Justin was like, "Oh my gosh, I know, right? Isn't that crazy?"
Anyway,
I can't believe Justin
Yeah.
would portray like
yeah,
that.
I know.
The voice that you start to hear. We've got 40 seconds, but I'll give you some information. And for anybody who is a subscriber, will have this. The voice starts to sound like your brother yelling at you to guard the door. And
Aaron runs in. No, I'm just kidding.
no, this is all in Lancer's mind. So as you're paging through, you do hear this voice of your brother just continually calling out to you. And the ads are over. So I would like you to roll me a weird roll, please.
Cool. That's gonna go great. Let's see. Is there anything I can do about this? Just before I die permanently. Actually, no. I could do a lot of cool things. None of them are weird. Anyway, I should have taken that gumshoe ability. Yahoo! That's a 4.
Okay.
I will
So
use a luck to succeed immediately.
Okay, so you use a luck and you start to see for a moment there the surroundings around you of a familiar scene from your past of you in a fortress with your brother on a mission. But you manage to push back on that vision as you focus on the text of the book, as you continue to flip through those pages.
Oh, wow, it's so accurate.
But Jer, as you get to your table and you start to set up, you start to hear a voice you don't recognize.
I think I look around. I'm like, it's one of those books. Lancer was right.
I would like you to roll me a weird as well.
8.
8? Okay. You're initially flashed back to your childhood home. And you see your father filled with rage and disappointment at you. but you realize that this is not real, and you break out of that vision, but instead now you're just encapsulated in a dark space.
What the hell?
You are completely enshrouded in this space. You're no longer, as far as you're considered, in the library. You're standing and you hear that unfamiliar voice. It's almost time for you to pay your debt. And then we're going to jump back to Lancer. And Sharon has joined us. We'll jump up with Sharon here in just a moment. But Lancer, you continue to feel this book trying to poke and prod at your memories. Do you continue to delve deeper into the book?
If I have been told this gives us the information we'll need, I will continue forward.
Okay. You get a quick flash of your brother trying to hold that door in the fortress that you guys were defending against. He was carrying your spear at this time. It's a quick flash. You see it, but you're able to defend against it taking over your mind. Sharon, being upstairs and getting their page from earlier, it's an update about Monster Dearest. Vincent's been taken away by presumably some of his cohorts in the Sicarius. Do you go join Lancer and Aaron down in the sub-basement to start investigating information about the entities that you suspect doing this? Or do you go and follow up on the reports of Monster Dearest? You are very, very quiet.
Still quiet.
Yeah.
Is there a setting on your headset?
You might want to just switch to the computer mic.
How's this?
Much better.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
Great.
Okay.
Sharon is most likely going to follow up on the reports of Monster Dearest.
Okay. So you leave a message with the fortress faculty upstairs, and you walk out of the library. how do you go to follow up on these reports of Monster Dearest?
The first place she would go would be to her sister Miranda, to physically check on her sister because she hasn't heard back from either of them yet.
Okay.
After she sent out the initial Monster Dearest is in town.
Okay. And how would you go there?
Sharon would use the safe house entrance nearby
Okay.
and use that to get to a safe house that she knows is about a block away from her sister's place.
Sorry, I heard somebody chewing on something they weren't supposed to be.
The crime.
All right. So
Monster chewiness.
yeah.
Sorry.
You get to the safe house and you're able to successfully use that to get to your sister's place. You go up to the door and you go to knock. But you find that the door's been forced open. What do you do?
Sharon immediately reaches behind her back and gets ready, starts to get a fireball ready,
Hmm.
and she's going to gently and as quietly as she can open the door and try to investigate the house.
Okay. You push open the door and you see what appears to be a sign of a struggle. Cabinets have been, or drawers have been pulled out. Cabinet doors been ripped open. Plants are on the ground. Coffee tables broken. And the wave of destruction kind of leads back into further towards the rest of the house, the bedrooms and the bathroom.
Seeing this destruction, Sharon throws caution to the wind and just full on just follows the path as fast as she can.
Okay. I'm going to need you to roll for me.
Oh boy. I didn't even get my dice ready yet.
Yeah, trust from the dice. No prep.
All right. Am I adding anything?
Go ahead and roll me an act under pressure.
Okay. Okay. I want your release notes. I just want my character sheet.
I'm sure Sharon's gonna be fine and nothing's gonna happen.
It's-
one there.
Yeah, it's a plus cool, so whatever your cool stat is.
Okay. Okay, so that's just a straight roll then. That's an 11.
Nice.
Okay, so your 2d6 came up to 11. Okay.
Mhm.
So you go running down through this hallway. And as you run past the bathroom on the right-hand side, a hand reaches out to grab you. But you manage to react fast enough to avoid it from grabbing your hair. And as you turn around, there is a visage of Monster Dearest. And with that, we're going to jump back to Aaron. Aaron, you're still in this dark space.
Is it like smoke or is it like just abyss?
It starts out as just pure black abyss. But as you're looking around and walking around, it starts to look like the room that you were in, but just slightly off.
Like a darker tint.
It's a
Just
darker tint. It's
heavy.
almost like it's a freeze frame, a snapshot in time.
I think Aaron hears the voice, right?
Yeah, you heard that voice. And you hear it once again. Your father made a promise.
Show yourself.
As you say that, a man in a trench coat starts to walk around just out of view around the bookshelves, just running his fingers along the sides and along the books. He's in an aisle over from you. You can see him, but you can't see him clearly. And he just whispers, "You know, you were always my favorite little deal."
Don't talk to me like that. I know what my dad did. I don't know what you want from me, but I'm not gonna do whatever you want me to do. I'm not. That's not me. I'm not a monster.
Oh, I never said you were a monster. And what I want from you is oh so easy for you to do.
What am I gonna get in return? I mean,
You already got your life.
just tell me.
You're already heading down that path. Just know when the time comes, we'll be in touch.
Is there a way to contact you? How can I trust?
Don't trust me. And don't worry, I'll contact you. And with that, he drops a book on the ground on the bookshelf one aisle over from you. And it snaps you out of this altered reality. But with the book dropping, that actually happened.
What the hell? And I was supposed to do that alone. My God. Lancer?
Do I hear this?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty quiet down there except for the voices in your head.
I'm like looking through the book. Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Where are you? Please. Splitting up was not a good idea.
I slammed the book shut,
Okay.
trying to remember where I was, and return it to its pedestal.
Okay. So you put the Catholic book back on its pedestal.
Correct.
You almost hear it kind of laugh at you.
And then I go to Aaron.
Okay. So you leave the vault.
Well, when you say it like that.
And
yes, I do not think I would sing second.
okay, so you leave the vault.
And I'll tell our ghost friend, the ghost
Uh-huh.
librarian, that I will return to complete that in a moment.
Okay. Okay. With that, you are able to walk back to the library to the table that Aaron is sitting at. Aaron is visibly distressed.
Aaron, whoa, what's up?
Remember my freak out back in the safe house when Sharon and Vincent were gone? We were supposed to meet up with that thing that my dad made a deal with.
Yes, you told me.
I think I just met him. And he wants something from me, and he said that I'm already headed down that path. I don't
How did he reach you here?
I don't know. Nothing's supposed to come in or nothing's supposed to come out of this. And he just kind of appeared and disappeared. I don't know.
Knowing from where things were when we entered here initially, and knowing now that we have that ghost librarian,
Mhm.
is there any evidence that there's something else in here with us? Of, like scanning the room, seeing if anything shifted, changed.
The book that Aaron heard
Drop.
did actually drop. So there's a book that has fallen on the other side of that bookshelf.
That book's on the ground. Did you do that?
No, he picked it up, he dropped it, and then it was like I got snapped back and everything went back to normal. Something about him being here changed the whole room.
I see. From what I know about our like wards,
Mm-hmm.
is it like how is it even known of that something like this could be broken so effortlessly?
It would take an entity of immense power to be able to be brought in there. And if it were a book or an item, it would already be inside this vault.
Keeper,
Yes.
what color eyes did this entity have?
You didn't get to see its eyes.
Just a silhouette, I suppose.
You saw the outline of it. You saw some skin. You saw it wearing a trench coat.
I think we need to do some. I guess if we're already down here, I'll look into that as well.
Okay.
Do you need my help, or do you want to stick together?
Um, I'm guessing you were in the middle of something. You know,
Yeah, I
would
think
be
I
most
probably. Go ahead.
I would be most comfortable if I had you by my side. I don't know how I feel about being around these talking books anymore.
All right, stick with me. Let's get the one in the vault first, and we'll work our way to the rest of the library.
Okay. And you go back into the vault. The door was not shut after you left, Lancer. You go back to the pedestal where the chthonic tome was. Do you take it back to that table?
I turn to the ghost, the librarian, and go, "Can I check out the book again?"
Of course.
Who the hell is this?
Oh, well, you guys will have a second to catch up, but basically, guy died in here, and now he's an eternal librarian because his ghost can't leave.
Got it. Sick of these entities.
It's not nothing to do with you. It's a personal thing.
No. So you take the book back to the table
Oh,
with the purple light.
Don't touch the purple light, and then I'll keep investigating.
Okay. That's actually good advice for Aaron. Being monstrous, that purple light would probably not be a good thing.
Okay, good. Good to know.
I'm normal TM.
Yep.
Good to know our
Yeah.
keeper's protected.
Jumping back to Sharon. So is it safe to guess that you throw a fireball immediately upon seeing Monster Dearest?
Aiming right for her fucking face.
And as you do this, the fireball just goes right through and hits the wall behind her. She then reforms. Did you not think I would have thought that through? Little Sharon. That is the name you're going to right now.
Sometimes I hope your senility will catch up with you.
Ah. Would it kill you to call me Mom?
Like a dagger through my heart.
I mean, that could be arranged.
I'd like to try to aim it at yours first.
Well, you'd have to find it first.
Implying you ever had one.
Have you been having fun with your little friends?
If by fun you mean worrying about 2 world-ending catastrophes, I'd hardly call that fun, but I've been keeping busy.
Yes. I've been keeping tabs on you and the other girls, other children. I see you've also taken a shining to other individuals who've had run-ins with supernatural.
Well, once you're part of it, it's hard to avoid.
Well, I'm here to tell you to stop.
Not going to happen.
What you're doing is not going to save anyone. You're only delaying the inevitable.
If I can remove the nightmare in my closet that has been you my entire life since I became 18 from the world, I will happily die trying.
Such vitriol. And actually, I think the ad started playing.
That performance, come on.
Yeah, absolutely. You see if it's actually running. Or somebody who doesn't have just want to. Yeah, it's an ad.
Yahoo.
We've got
We'll
ads.
be back after these messages.
You're right. I should have caught that. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I mean, that's a
Hey, it's a
cliffhanger.
great cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I know, right? Second cliffhanger of the day, of the
Yeah.
session.
Hi guys.
I'm dealing with this is book that keeps showing me my brother. Aaron's maker. Sharon's mother dearest. So it's a family day. Really.
Family reunion.
Yeah.
Lance's brother is better than it should be in a different category, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
That's so puppers.
Yeah, that's Zuko.
How dare he?
Yep.
Wants to tell you something.
Of course he does. Okay. All right. We can kick back in. So as you tell off Lucille, and Zuko tells me off because he wants to go out right now. You have to wait, buddy. What do you hope to achieve with your minuscule band of misfits? Sharon.
So, ideally, get to keep a city on the map, and either one or both of us will no longer be.
Hmm. The city physically will be here. Can't say about many of the people, though. But if you'd like to join them in your fate, you're welcome to make that a future for you.
What's the
Or
matter?
lack
There's
thereof.
too many girls from your army? And they're all hiding out here and at risk? Is that why you're really here, Monster Dearest? Try to re-recruit some of the people you lost?
No. My plans have gotten far outside the realm of just recruiting you lot. You see, for those who desire power, there are only so many roads to go. And since you decided to turn my lovely girls against me, I will show you what true power is. If you think you can make a difference, I will remove that illusion for you.
And I look forward to removing you.
And as that conversation is going on, the fire from the fireball starts to burn a hole through the bathroom wall, and smoke starts billowing out. The fire actually catches a bit quicker than you'd expect, almost as if somebody had sprayed an accelerant. And the visage of your mother, or monster dearest, Lucille, just kind of does a twist of her arm, and she twists, and the apparition disappears.
Time to find out if my sister kept this house up to code. Is there a fire extinguisher nearby?
You can do act under pressure or read a bad situation. I'll let you choose.
You know,
Let's
she wasn't
go
scared of
with-
you. She would have showed up. That's all I'm saying.
Let's go with read a bad situation.
All right.
That is a 6. Wait, nope. I get a +2. That's 8.
Okay.
Close.
I knew I chose read a bad situation for a reason.
Okay. So you rush to the kitchen, and at first you don't see the fire extinguisher because it's covered under a bunch of debris, but you manage to find it. And upon grabbing it, you notice that she hasn't had a recharge in a while. So it's sitting at the very cusp of the green. And you're hoping that's enough to put out the fire. Do you run back and use it?
Yes.
Okay. As you run back, the fire does start to bleed into the hallway a bit. And you pull the pin on the fire extinguisher. And instead of it coming out in a forceful blast, it kind of just globs out. So it is starting to put out the fire, but it's definitely not as effective as it should have been. You've managed to put out 80% of the fire with the expired fire extinguisher, but there is material from the extinguisher still on the floor. It's a foam that's just kind of globbed on the ground.
Okay. Then I would like to use some magic
Okay.
to try and move the foam on the floor, where the fire's already extinguished, onto the rest of the fire.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a use magic.
is a. Oh, even with that, it's still a 6. Damn.
Okay. So you go to move it with your magic, and of course the dogs start howling.
They're screaming.
Yeah, somebody's out back. You go move the extinguish or foam onto the fire, but instead you accidentally grab the fire and throw it on the wall towards the shower, and you've now caused the flames to expand again.
And also, it made a lot of dogs really angry.
Dang.
Okay. What kind of shower does she have? Like, is it one of the ones that has the detachable head that's hooked up to a hose to the wall? Or is it just in the wall?
It's in the wall. It's just hanging off the side. It is a purple tub with little pigs all over the bathroom.
Alright. Okay. I guess we're doing this the old-fashioned way, and we're grabbing some blankets and towels, and we're trying to beat out the fire now.
Okay. While Sharon does this, we're going to jump back to Lancer and Aaron, who are in the Dark Vault. The Black Vault, excuse me.
I think you see Lancer sort of like, putting on the nice face, being like, yeah, it's all right, but then like hyper focusing on this, but like clearly
Okay.
in like a little bit of not distress, but like I understand that this is a dangerous moment.
Okay.
Something that is easily done.
Go ahead and roll me an investigative mystery, please.
Ooh, fun. I'm so good at those. So amazingly good at those. We got this. Go. 5.
All right. As you're reading through this book, you're kind of getting frustrated because it feels like the book's almost taunting you with the information, just keeping it out of your reach as you continue to hear the voice of your brother calling out to you.
Yeah, I know. Guard the door. Got it. Just tell me what I need to know, please.
And
Is there any way I can help Lancer?
potentially, I want you to read a bad situation for me, please.
Okay. Read a bad situation is
No,
cool.
it's
Sharp.
smart. It's smart.
It's sharp?
Yes,
Oh.
sure.
Sorry, Lancer. I got a 3.
Okay. You don't see anything going on. You just are kind of watching Lancer focus on this book.
So I'm fooled by the
Yeah, you're fooled by the mask of happy-go-lucky, normal Lancer.
Got it.
But now you're starting to hear the voice of your father in the back of your mind, berating you.
Stop. It's the books. It's the books.
Okay. And with that, I think we're going to take a quick break so I can go find out what the dogs were going crazy about. And I will run the ad break during the break. So
Oh, you can do that?
I do have a button I can trigger it. So I'm going to go ahead
Cool.
over to our Be Right Back screen, kick off the ad break. Gene, you have a package.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. And we'll be back shortly. We'll be back in 10 minutes. And welcome back, everyone. Wait for people's perfect. Got everybody's video back up. And we had just left off with Sharon trying to put out the fire, and Aaron and Lancer dealing with a very aggressive book. Huh, I wonder why we're getting pickup from Sharon's captions again. We'll figure that out later. But that being said, you might be using the other mic.
No, you know what? You guys are still coming through the computer, not through my headset. That's why.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're doing some rapid fire fixes.
Yeah, we got Gene some hardware upgrades, so
There we go. Much
perfect.
better.
Awesome. And it looks like it's working. All right, so we jump in back with Sharon to look at how they're doing as far as putting out this fire. What do you do to try and put out the fire?
So Sharon throws open the linen closets, grabs as many towels as she can, and starts trying to beat out the fires.
Okay. So as you go in and you start trying to beat out the fire, you realize that somebody did spray an accelerant in there. And so the smell of kerosene wafts up as you realize the entire bathroom's covered in it.
Sharon immediately drops the towels and books it out of there as fast as she can.
Okay. Do you book it out of the bathroom or the entire house?
The entire house.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an act under pressure, please.
Okay. Okay. That is a 6.
Okay. So as you start running to get out of the house, you trip over some of the clutter that was in the hallway. And you have now fallen down. You will take a negative or a -1 on your next roll, as the accelerant is now starting to burn the house further. Do not forget to mark your experience, please.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and roll me a read a bad situation as well.
Okay. With the -1 forward.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Because you hit your head as you fell.
is a 7 with the -1.
Okay. You realize that the fire is starting to go towards where the furnace is at in the house. So you'll need to try and get out of there pretty quickly. With that, we'll jump back to Lancer and Aaron. And Lancer, go ahead and roll me one more time. Investigate a mystery.
Lamau. 4.
You can use luck if you wanted to on this.
I could. It is exactly the thing that we need. So I will.
Okay. You feel the book still taunting you with the voice of your brother. But this time, instead of you just kind of accepting it, you tell your brother off in your reaction to him telling you to guard the door. As you realize the guilt of what happened to him was not your fault. And that the weapon that you carry may have been the weapon that he was carrying that day, but there was nothing you could have done to stop what happened. How would that go?
What? Sorry, what do you mean? What do you mean?
How would you tell your brother off?
Oh yeah. Okay. Lancer, I think, says out loud, even though it's not really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, you can't keep staring at what's behind us. We gotta focus on keeping moving forward.
Okay. And when you do that, the book finally lets you turn to the page about the King in Yellow. And on that page, it details to you that not much is known about the King in Yellow. It's been mentioned in literature from various authors mentioning it, often associated with madness. And that it can drive people to despair. And it's been known to displace people. But it is a corrupting force and tries to get others to bring people to it so that it can feed off the people, as is the best guess. It can go dormant for decades, centuries. It's hard to tell, but it's always associated with the yellow color. And many people don't remember seeing it except for that yellow. and just a pure feeling of despair for those who manage to recover. It can be dispelled, but we're not entirely sure how.
It can be dispelled. It being in this context the king in yellow or the despair.
The king in yellow. There's an additional note made down at the bottom, but you can't quite make it out. It looks like somebody's quickly scribbled it down the corner, but it's been brushed like with a hand. So it was written with ink and the hand brushed over it.
I'll reach into my like various part. I'll pull out like a piece of paper and I will press into that.
Okay.
additional writing
Okay.
to get like a copy of it.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to use a essentially a stencil and pen itself to go over it and make a copy of the exact text that's there.
But it's like smudged and stuff. So like
Yeah, it's much. You're doing the best you can with what's there. And upon doing that, you can tell that it is not a language that you recognize.
while I'm and that's what I get on the king in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm here, I think Lancer will be greedy and attempt to get information on either on Lucille
On Lucille, okay.
and like see if Lucille like because that's all I know is like Lucille. I think.
Okay.
Do I know Lucille? Is that?
I think.
You know,
Yeah,
Sharon
Sharon
told
told
you
us.
that the one name that she consistently uses is Lucille, and her initials are always S. Lucille D.
Lucille. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll try to look in this
SLD.
book.
LSD. Sure. Yeah.
SLD.
Or salad without the A's.
But I'll also, even though I don't think it's in this book, I will try. Since I'm here.
Okay. So you're going to try and probe this book again for information on Lucille. Okay. Go ahead.
I don't have enough information on Aaron's creator, so yeah, Lucille, because I have a name.
Okay. You go ahead and roll me a investigate a mystery again, please.
Big money, no whammies. 5.
Okay. Yeah, you try to.
Not really well.
It's fine. It helps make a good narrative story. You just hear this voice in the back of your head laughing at you. And you know it's coming from the book.
You know what? I slam it shut. Totally done with it.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds nothing like Nightly too. Oh, I'm gonna call for that. Whatever.
Finally, that thing.
Yeah, and as you close the book and you go put it back on the pedestal, the purple light kind of re-engages, like it does a pulse over the book, and Lancer and Aaron, you both all of a sudden start to feel a pressure being taken off of you that you didn't realize was there. You were actually starting to feel almost depressed. and that all light and joy were being sapped away from you.
God, why is it always that? It's never like, hey, I'm gonna steal your back pay. Aaron, how are you doing?
I don't know. I that book. I heard my dad's voice, and he just kept going on, but I don't know.
I don't think
Let's
that
get
was
out of
very-
here.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, librarian. By the way, what's
Yeah.
your name?
My name?
Do you want a new name? If that's easier.
Nobody's asked me my name in at least 100 years. I went by Stevens.
All right, Steve. Oh,
Oh, that was my last name.
your name was Steven Steve?
No, Robert Stevens.
Oh, Robert. Okay, Rob. Gotcha, Rob. That works.
I jokingly punch Lancer in the arm and be like, "What? What's going on? Leave the guy alone. He's already dead."
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I want to pick up the pace, sort of talk slow. And I'm
Mm.
sort of a high energy person. It's not important.
Do you not find it weird that they share the same last name as you?
Right. That is. There. You know what? You want to know why I didn't come up with it? Because it's like it's the name I always use when I run out of last names to give people.
Okay.
No, Lancer sort of like clocks that for a moment, and then decides not to engage with it at first.
Mhm.
And will turn to them and continue their line of inquiry and being like, do you know where we could search for information regarding demons that may create monstrous entities as the result of a bargain?
Are we talking Catholic, uh, devils, celestials? I need more information.
Aaron, you would be the best to answer this.
This is very general. I mean, he makes deals. Specifically, he made a deal on making a child. I mean, any demons on fertility or life giving.
Hmm. Was this demon by chance at a crossroad?
Yes, that is what I've heard.
As the librarian walks out of the vault, out the side, he doesn't even go through the door, he just walks out the side. And he just proceeds to walk and start talking again to himself as if you guys are keeping up with him.
I'll like push Aaron forward and I'll close the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Upon closing the vault door, it automatically locks itself right back up. And again, you see kind of a purple light kind of flash and like reseal everything around it. And you find Librarian Stevens. Well, depending on which demon lord the crossroad demon would be working for, you may be able to find some information here. This is general information. And he waves to a few books sitting on the bookshelf.
Lancer will walk over and say, Aaron, I think
Okay.
Is there a way to? I don't know if that would constitute as big magic, but using some magic to speed things up.
So you want to use magic to kind of help you find relevant information?
Yeah, I have a thing in mind.
Okay. To speed things up, we'll go ahead and have you roll for that.
For just use magic?
Just for use magic, yeah.
Okay. And then I'll explain it afterwards. Yeah.
Hmm.
No. Oh
You
wait,
can-
no, I rolled twice. Never mind.
Yep.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. I'm just so good at magic.
Did you apply your bonus already?
Yes, 10.
Okay. Okay. So tell us what you do.
So I look over to the books Rob has signaled to, and I kind of I signal to Lancer because I'm a short man. So Lancer actually grabs the books, and we head on over to where the entity touched that book that he dropped. Um, I take some of I take some of the dust off of the book. I kind of just run my finger on it since everything's so dusty.
This
Um,
floor is not dusty, actually.
no. Okay, I got another. Um, I'm gonna take the book
Hmm.
and then I'm gonna take some pages from the front, some pages from the back, and start ripping them into
You're going.
strips.
You're going to be ripping a book in
Yes,
the librarian.
Whoa.
yes,
You
I
can't,
am.
what are you doing? You can't do that.
What? Why not?
These are incredibly ancient and historical relics that we are supposed to be protecting.
That a
And-
demon touched?
Demon's probably touching a lot of the stuff in there.
All of this stuff is demon touched.
Uh, okay,
You can't. We need those pages. They have information on them.
I guess.
I know people don't like
Okay,
the table of contents, but it's important.
okay. I'll just grab the book. I will not rip any of the pages out.
Okay.
I'll grab the book.
Thank you.
I'll place it. I asked Lancer to place all the books that they grabbed, kind of spread out. Yep. And I put the book that the entity touched next to it, and I draw a circle around the books, and they start to glow that blue light that it did earlier.
Okay.
And the books kind of open to the pages that have relevant information. And
Okay.
I turn to Lancer and I go, let's start crack-a-lacking.
Okay. Okay. So the three books that librarian Stevens points out to you start to whirl open, and it runs through every single page, and you start seeing that blue light kind of highlight different things on different pages as it's going along. And as your spell completes, all the books close on their front, so it's now been all the way through. But you can still see the blue light emanating from different pages so that you can flip through and start reading through that. While you and Lancer are doing that, we will jump back to Sharon.
The fire.
All right, Sharon. So as you are getting up and trying to rush out of the burning building again,
Yep.
you manage to get up and you start running like on all fours initially to like get some forward momentum, and you bust out the door just as you hear what sounds like a bottle rocket getting ready to launch. And then you hear an explosion as you see the hot water tank being launched through the top of the building as the safety valve fails on it and turns the hot water tank into a rocket.
Okay.
And smoke starts billowing out of the hole in the windows of the house. You hear sirens off in the distance. What do you do?
Sharon is, upon hearing the sirens, immediately leaves the vicinity.
Okay.
And as she heads back towards the safe house, her mind is racing of that fucking bitch Lucille. She raced through like anger at Lucille and then fear that Lucille has her sister or did something to her sister, or both of them, because she hasn't heard back from Wisteria either. And then going through Vincent being taken away, and she's going through this whole mess of emotions on a cycle.
Okay.
Anger, fear, anxiety, anger, fear, anxiety. And as she finally makes her way through to the safe house, she just sort of collapses onto one of the mattresses. And after what feels like an eternity, but it's probably only like 2.5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
she starts to pray, which is something she's never done before.
Okay. And who are you praying to?
The first thing she starts to reach out to is just general divine powers that be,
Mm.
but then her brain focuses on Vincent and a need to get him back, because she can't do this without him and Lancer and Aaron. He needs him with the group. She needs him with the group.
Okay.
And she immediately changes direction, and she says, God, you've done jack shit to earn my respect. But my friend believes in you, or at least has some faith in you. Give me the power to use his faith to protect him.
Okay. Um, we're going to call that big magic,
Mhm.
and that's going to get resolved at another time. Especially since Ark's not here. But yeah, we'll call that big magic, and we'll address that another instance. What else do you do?
And as
Real quick, I will say that you do not hear or feel anything at that exact moment.
Hmm.
It's just radio silence.
Okay. When nothing happens, she she takes out her pager and she's going to send a message, and she's going to magic it to play over the phone at the at Fortress.
Okay. So you're trying to send a message to...
To Fortress, but specifically for Lancer and Aaron.
Okay, so you're going to send it to the library office that they're at.
Yes.
Okay. We'll have you roll for that as far as use magic.
Mhm. Okay, that is a 11. Do I still have the -1 forward?
No, it was just the one.
Okay. So that is an 11.
Okay. So you're able to send a message to the folks who are managing the front desk at the Fortress Outpost at the library. And what does that message say?
It says, we are not safe. Aaron, find me at the central safe house.
Okay. And so I'm taking it you're going to head back to...
Oh, she's calling them to her, where she is.
Okay, where she's at currently?
Yes, the central safe house for the Coven.
Okay. Okay. So we'll jump back to Lancer and Aaron. You guys have left. Or not left. You guys have gone through the books and read the highlights for Crossroad Demons. And basically what you take away from what your magic, Aaron, has shown you is essentially Crossroad Demons are like brokers. They work with usually higher level demons to contract souls of mortals for the purpose of whatever a higher level demon wants. And it's their job to ensure that the investment from the higher level demon is met. And so it's hard to tell exactly who you're dealing with as far as the big bad, but it's always based on a contract. There is a physical contract that is signed in blood by the person who created that contract. And if you are able to destroy the contract or find a way with a loophole to get out of it, the Crossroads demon ends up being the one that has to pay the price to the higher level demon. And there's a list of various demons that have been known to use Crossroads demons. Including some of the princes of hell and some not so well known demons. You can summon a Crossroads demon by using a list of items that it lists in the book, including like bit of blood, some gopher dust, things like that. But it has to be at a crossroad at midnight. But once you summon them there, unless you have a means to either control them, make a bargain with them, or contain them, you will have to deal with them right then. And that's all the information you get from the books.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, that's good. I
Okay.
got the information.
Okay. And with that, do you guys leave the sub basement?
The sub basement, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you walk out of the sub basement library.
Right before we leave, I'll turn to Robert Stevens and go, I know you don't remember very much, but I mean, it's not necessarily the most uncommon last name, but I do share it. That answers the only question that you have is that your family lives on.
That is encouraging. I do wish I could have seen them one last time. And then he kind of turns, has a blank moment on his face, and then proceeds to be, who left these books out? And he proceeds to go pick up the books that you guys have left on the table and goes to put them back.
Well, maybe I'll see you again. Hopefully not. And I'll leave.
And with that, you leave out the magical door for the sub basement and you make your way up the stairs.
I would like to dive to our wonderful friend, the Dewey Decimal System, to attempt to find any others with the initials of Lucille and a similar middle name.
Are you doing this in the sub basement or are you doing this upstairs?
Outside of the sub basement.
Okay, so you traverse. Let's get back up to the upstairs. So you you go into the basement, and where you saw all the dust before, you see where your footsteps have gone in, but now you see additional footprints that have already walked out.
I put my hand out to stop Aaron. Go. Someone else was here.
But you only see your footprints that have come in.
Someone else left from here. Something got out. Fuck.
Do you think? Do you think it was the entity? No, he just just popped. He just poofed. I don't know.
I don't think it was your entity.
Something got out. How does it even get out? Did we leave the door open?
You did leave the doors open for the sub basement and for the vault for a period of time.
The dark vault. Should we go back down to check if there's anything missing?
There's no way to know. I think we have to go find. We have to follow what trail we have,
Okay.
and I will focus and attempt to follow what
Okay.
trail we have.
Okay. So you follow the trail up, and it goes up the stairs. You don't see much of the dust, unfortunately, once you get past the hidden door. Like, you see the tracks, and it looks like a multiple of something getting loose. But once it goes out that door, the trail's gone.
Damn it.
I think we just made a bigger problem for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like my pay docked for like 20 years for this.
As you come out from the secret room, one of the librarians comes over to you and hands you a message.
Oh, thanks.
And it says that it's from Sharon,
Oh,
saying to meet at the Coven's Central Safe House.
Not that place again.
do you not like it there?
Well, they kind of told me to go away because I was doing something scary in my sleep. No idea what it was. They never told me. So, but since Sharon's there, it should be okay. I don't think it's too far from here, no?
There's one more thing I want to do. Hey, I forgot their names already. The from one of the other Fortress employees. Do
Mm-hmm.
we have any of those like blank empty demon swords? Or like entity, like they're swords that had something in it, but they don't anymore.
Oh, the swords ones.
Or any weapon, anything that could hold, anything that could possibly let's say theoretically hold a lesser demon.
A lesser demon. We do have an ancient pot and supposedly a rice cooker.
I mean,
Anything
Good
to hold
lord.
them.
I'll take an ancient rice cooker.
I mean,
Assuming we can take it and possibly put a demon in it.
yeah.
Well, either one of those would work.
Which
I
one's
think-
more sturdy?
I think
just
the
the
rice
pot-
cooker might be a little bit more resilient than the ancient pot.
Yeah. I'll go with the rice cooker. How about you?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are handed a Toshiba rice cooker.
Okay.
And the librarian just says, if there's anything else we can do for you, please let us know.
Thanks for all your help. And also, where's the form that I fill out if something might have gotten out?
The 87A.
Yeah.
Was it something from the Black Vault?
I apparently didn't close the door. Could have been anyone, honestly.
So the librarian turns around and does one of those and just grabs an 87A, 87B, 87C. We will need these filled out in triplicate.
They don't even have the special. It's okay. Fine. It's fine. Look, we might not be eradicated in a couple weeks anyway. No, it's okay.
Please bring it back, because if you
I will. I swear.
if you don't, then we have to fill out a 990 and get the other agencies involved. It's a really big mess.
And you didn't see anything weird. You didn't.
We've been busy dealing with our new protege who apparently fell asleep last night.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for the escapee.
Aaron kind of like jumps in and like, reminder, we did take care of that.
Well, just get it back before we have to report it, and there won't be an issue. The dogs are giving me the what for. All right.
I will hand Aaron the rice cooker.
Aaron clutches it.
And do you walk to the safe house, or do you call the Fey taxi? Or not the Fey taxi, the Jin taxi.
Aaron, you said it's close?
Yeah, I was just gonna go by Lancer.
If it's close, we should walk, because I'm going to try to find whatever that thing was.
Okay.
It's probably been down there for like 100 years. It doesn't know what a car is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys decide to walk to the safe house. If you'd like to try and do some investigating on the way.
Investigate mystery, or...
Yes, please.
Fine.
Wait. Oh, that's sharp?
Yeah. And
Oh,
you
never mind.
you can assist to give a bad, or not bad. You can assist to give a +1.
Okay, I could try.
Yeah,
Well,
help me
no,
out.
yeah.
Oh, okay, wait.
Is that a different...
A 10.
Okay. So you actually will get a +2 on your roll then, Lancer.
Oh, cool. Ah, look at that. 7 plus 2 plus 1 is 8. I would have failed without the help.
Nice.
It matters.
You're able to kind of see whatever came out as far as its trail, that at least 2 of them probably went down an alley close to where you were at, but then potentially climbed up the walls of the building. But you do manage to make it to the safe house. And upon getting there, Aaron, you know the special knock that you use to get in. And so you do the special knock, and you hear the door unlock. Of course, it's a shave and a haircut. And with that, we actually have ads kick in.
On one hand, I feel like Lancer wouldn't let anything out, but also it is totally within Lancer's law to just put that out, so I'm here for it.
Hi. Big mouth. Enough. Hey. So we got about 25 seconds before the ads are finished.
Oh, did I...
What was that?
With the name Lucille. Did I ever get to look? Or did...
You attempted to, and the book taunted you.
People with the name Lucille. In
You found a couple books that had the name Lucille, but nothing that stood out to you necessarily. Sorry, everybody. Zuko's being a needy boy.
Must have attention.
Yeah. Lovely part of Huskies. When they want attention, they want it now. Okay. So you didn't get any real pings on the name Lucille as far as like you found various ones, but they weren't anything concrete for you. You enter into the safe house. And what do they see when they walk in, Sharon?
They would see Sharon laying on the bed. Her wig is coming off a little bit, and there's tiny bits of char on her from trying to fight the fire. And she looks drained, scared, like visibly shaking, scared, and almost pale.
Sharon, are you all right?
That bitch has done something with my sisters, and Vincent's gone, and my sister's house exploded, and I don't know what to do right now. I'm scared. I'm
Wait.
anxious. I'm angry, but I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Hey. Just one step at a time. Let's go through some key information. So all of your sisters are missing.
Well, at least Miranda is, but Wisteria hasn't responded either.
Okay. There was a fire. What was the cause and what was the outcome?
She knew I'd want to kill her as soon as possible, and that my chosen method of choice is to be as deadly as possible, so she knew I'd try to use fire. She hid in the bathroom, and when I got there were signs of a struggle. The place was in shambles, and someone had doused the place in kerosene. She wasn't actually there, so my fireball went right through her. And her conversation, I guess, bought her time for the fire to spread. I tried to fight it, but I only got part way, and then I tried to do it the rest of the way, and it just started spreading more, and I had to get out of there. And I guess it reached the boiler by the time I was getting out of the house.
Okay, so they were clearly prepared for you, which is not your fault.
Do you know if she has any access to this safe house? Does she know this place exists?
She does not.
Did she know that the other place existed before you found them there?
She knows that the coven exists. She knows she was able to track down Miranda to where she had tried to establish a life at. Wisteria had also tried to establish a life. When I left the coven, I was trying to do the same thing, but we were the only 3 that had ever left.
I see.
The rest of the safe houses should still be secure, especially with the amount of protections my sisters and I put around them.
So at least 2 people in danger. 1 person hasn't responded, and 1 person is known missing.
Yeah,
We don't know how long Vincent will be predisposed for, but we know Vincent has sacrificed a lot for what we've gotten so far.
we need him back. Now.
That would involve angering a very fickle organization that solves a lot of their problems with violence.
You don't understand how desperate I am. I pray to a god I don't believe in.
It's not a very
And
good prayer, but
But
actually,
Vincent does.
with that, we're going to close the game section and pick up on next week. Excellent job, everyone. Some real big moments here. I felt everybody did really wonderfully. And I'd like to jump into our stars and wishes. And I'm just going to go down the order on my screen. Aaron, you are first up. Jer.
Okay. My stars. I think my stars goes to everyone again. um, Sharon's I don't think there's been an episode where I haven't been like amazed by Aaron's performance. Sharon's. See, this is the problem. Sharon's performance. And I don't know. I think I just love having you here, and I love the emotion and the story that you bring to this group. Lancer, I appreciate, even if we're not the sharpest bunch in a library. I really appreciate. I don't know. I like our interactions, and I feel like I am glad that I get to know more about your story, especially about your brother. I love that. And to our keeper, obviously, keeper's great. Keeper's awesome. Specifically, I loved your performance with Monster Dearest. I don't know. I just loved it a lot, and I think you really um, you portrayed her personality like very well. And I'm not supposed to like her. It's like Agatha. It's like I'm not supposed to like her, but like I do. But yeah.
So she could be
All
an
right.
ally, right?
It
Well, I
Thank
don't
was
like
you.
so
the bad
long.
things she's done, obviously, but she like has a cool vibe. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Um, we'll move on to Lancer, played by Adam.
I mean, my stars for sure was um, the conversation between the Crossroads Demon and Aaron. For sure, I really loved that. The idea of like being in a safe place, and that is when you are interactive, like safe in quotes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was very cool. I also like that final scene was, I think, also super good. I totally was there with Sharon in that like panicked state of like everything is crumbling and I don't have anything to grab onto.
Oh, excellent. And wishes?
Wishes are always tough. I'm just excited to sort of see where these things land.
Okay.
In terms of how things play out, I don't think there's anything where I'm like, this needs to happen. I like that we got more Lancer backstory, but I'm also fine if Lancer's deal is never like completely figured out. You know, I'm happy either way. You know.
Yeah. It's fun to have that background and story kind of built out. Aaron, did you have any wishes? I don't think. Did you give a wish and I missed it?
Oh, my wish. What was my wish? Hold on. Oh, my wish is just to figure out who the hell Aaron's dad made a deal with, and to see like what Aaron is supposed to be doing that he's already on the path on. I'm excited to see that.
Okay. Excellent. And last but definitely not least, Sharon, played by Jean.
Oh, okay. I definitely have stars all around. I love any time we get Lancer and Aaron where they have been forced off on the group on their own. Just the dynamic between the two of them. Absolutely love seeing that grow. And how it just sort of seems to become a status quo almost. Not through any fault of their own. They just get thrust into these situations where they're on their own.
A grittier version of Scooby and Shaggy.
Exactly. And then to our wonderful keeper for that fantastic performance of Monster Dearest.
Thank you so much.
Anticipating my every move.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I keep you on your toes.
Have to.
I thought that was enough to know.
And
You
then-
passed your attack, right? And I was like, no.
I mean, she raised you. She knows. She
She
knows
did.
you better than you may know yourself.
Mm. And then I think my wish for Sharon is to find a ground within herself where she can actually believe in the brave face she puts on when dealing with Monster Dearest and isn't as shaken to the core
Mhm.
of everything that goes on around her, which is hard to do when the people that she cares about just disappear and not due to the entity they're trying to pursue.
Mhm. Okay. And then, of course, for me, stars all the way around for you guys. Aaron, Jer, you've done phenomenal in exploring your experience with this game and building out the story with Aaron and just being able to roll with the punches as I throw them at you. You're doing phenomenal. Lancer, I love that you gave me a document to work from so that I could go off and start building your backstory into the game itself. Definitely adds some flavor for it. You were the least emo of the group.
Yeah, we were all very emo.
I know.
But, you know, I have to poke some points to, like, make some pain points. Like, there's got to be something to go with there. And I appreciate you running with that as well.
I
And
love My Chemical Coven.
Chemical Coven stuff.
And Gene, phenomenal. You definitely put your emotion into playing Sharon. Like, I can see you feeling every moment, every hit, every point in that, and it makes it so much of a great feeling to see those emotions actually be felt. So wonderful job, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll jump into the end of session questions real quick because I meant to do that before and I got distracted because I wanted to hear everybody's favorite moments. Did we conclude the current mystery?
Yeah, we nailed it.
100% solved.
Yeah, no, that's what we figured out. Yeah.
It was Lucille all along.
Did we save someone from certain death or worse?
I feel like Sharon saved herself. I mean,
Does that really count?
I guess not.
Okay.
I feel like we were. Yeah, I don't think we saved anyone.
If
Okay.
anything, would put more people in danger.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Did we learn something important about the world?
Yes.
I think we did.
Okay. And did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Absolutely.
I think everybody here absolutely got that. So you do get 1 point of experience. I know that we had some rough rolls tonight, so some of you might be close to leveling up yet again.
1 point.
Yeah. Me too.
Well, the thing is, I used 2 luck, so I'm actually not. Do you still get the experience if you use luck? I'm guessing no.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
So
I'm definitely not running low on luck game.
I almost used luck. Almost.
you know, it's there to use it. Just keep in mind that as you use it, things will happen. And we know that. Yeah.
So.
I know, and you have a literal cursed object as your weapon.
Yeah. Give it time.
We hit that red light. That was brutal.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll run through and allow everybody to let people know where to find you online. We'll start from the end here. And Gene, where can people find you online?
Hi everyone, I am Gene Wolffire. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitch at Gene_Wolffire, WLJEAN_WOLFYRE. And I have started streaming here typically around Fridays, or if Art cancels a stream to fill in time. So look out for me there. And right now we're just hanging out and having some fun.
Awesome.
Shadow has guest appearanced a couple times. It's been a blast. Hey, you can find me there.
Yep. Okay.
Pass it off to Adam.
It's me, Adam. I'm Adalo on most things, but right now I've been using Blue Sky the most. So adalo.bluesky.social. I like it. There's a lot of art there.
Very nice. And then we can jump to Jer.
Hello, I am Jer. I typically go by jer.bear, jer.b3r on like everything. I don't use socials too much. I have a TikTok, same user. I post some of my outfits there sometimes if you want to go check it out. But you don't have to.
No,
But you
Awesome.
don't have to. Just kidding.
You do wonderful things. And I have been your keeper. Xiao Dao, Shadow, Josh, answered any of those. My Instagram is Shadow Dao. That's Shadow DAO on Instagram. Same as my Twitch and YouTube.
Hit the like button, subscribe for more content coming your way soon.
Smash that subscribe button and make sure to punch that ring bell icon.
Turn notifications.
I appreciate
Also,
it, guys.
bookmark the channel page. Just like bookmark it, just for fun.
Yeah. All right. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And we will see you next week.
Bye.